What's up, everybody? Welcome back. So today we're doing some more sanding on the VL. Now, basically where I'm up to with this car, I've blocked all the body down. So I've gone ahead and blocked it right the way through with 240 grit on a block. Now that that's all done, I'm up to the next step. So what I'm going to do now, I've already re-guy coated it, as you can see. So I'm now going to get the air sander, 500 grit, and go over the whole car with the air sander and 500. And once that's done, then as usual, we will finish it off with 800 wet. So all the edges, all in the door handles, you know, where the molds go, that'll all be 800 by hand wet. And then once that's done, you know, we'll pressure wash it, clean it up, and it'll be good to get in the booth and we'll be able to paint it. So we're a couple of days out from Christmas, so I probably won't get it painted in the next couple of days, but the plan is to at least get it 95% ready. So after Chrissy's done and all that, you know, the family thing's done, the car's ready to rock and roll. So I've only got a couple of days off over Christmas, so you know, I don't have a few weeks break or anything like that. So the plan is to, in between now and Christmas, which is 3 days, get the car basically rubbed, ready. That way after Chrissy, I can get into it and get it painted. So the plan is to, you know, obviously kick off the new year right and have this thing pretty well on its way to being finished. I've got the ute that I want to get stuck into ASAP straight after this one's done, and make some good solid progress on that. But you know, we'll leave that, focus on this one for now. So we're going to get the sander on the job here, get into it, and get some action happening. Alrighty, so before we get started, if you've never done this before, air sander. Now this here is an interface pad, soft pad, foam pad. Make sure that's on your sander, 500. And basically what we're trying to do here, the purpose of the guide coat is, now that we've blocked it, we re-guide coat it, we start sanding with the 500, and as we start to remove the guide coat, it's going to show us where all the scratches are from us blocking on it. So the idea is, using the 500, is to remove all the 240 scratches from the previous stage of blocking. So take your time with this, don't rush. You know, it's not a race to, you know, see how fast you can do the car. 95% of a paint job is the prep work. Anybody that's a painter will tell you that. A paint job is only as good as the prep work. If you rush your prep work, you know, if you get lazy or, you know, you miss things, when you start applying the paint, it's going to show you everything that you've missed, and it's going to show you how shit your attention to detail is if you've missed everything, you know, by rushing. So you want to take your time, remove the scratches. You don't want to remove all the primer. That's not what the goal is. It's just to remove the scratches from the block marks. So I'm going to do a little bit and expose some scratches, and then I'll bring the camera in a bit so you can see what I'm talking about. And then we'll keep cracking along. So let's get started. All right, so just to give you an idea of what you're looking for, I only just quickly whipped the sander over this, but that could have been sanded a little bit more. You know, you're not going to be, you know, that blind where you can't see that, but you'll notice the black goes into all the scratches. All right, so that's what you want to get rid of. That's the purpose of all the sanding. You pretty much want it to look like this, you know, no scratches in it. just all primer. You know, nice and smooth. That way the paint has a nice smooth scratch-free surface to go on. So, you know, that's basically what we're after. Just thought I'd give you a bit of a look if you've never done it before and you were interested or had that question maybe about, you know, guide coating and things like that, because not everybody knows, but that's the purpose of it. All right, so I've just stopped here real quick. Another thing when you're using an air sander, always keep it flat on the panel. So if that was your panel, always make sure it's flat. Don't go kinking it up or anything like that, because you're going to dig trenches into your primer, and you're going to see that when you paint it, and it's going to look like dog shit. So always keep it flat on the panel. With your body lines and things like that, as you're transitioning to it, I always prefer to stop the sander and actually take the sander off the panel and then place it on that top section there. You don't want to just roll up while you're sanding and over that body line, because your body line is going to go from being nice and square and crisp to round it off, which defeats all the purpose of blocking it and getting those lines as straight as you possibly can. So, you know, whenever you're moving from panel to panel, or you're moving from a flat section up onto another section that's separated by a body line, sander off and then recommence. So don't, you know, just go holding the sander, you know, full tilt and just moving it, because you're going to round all your body lines off, and it's going to look like shit when it's painted. So, yeah, always keep it flat. Take the sander off the panel, wait till it stops, place it on the panel before you start the sander going again. So I just thought I'd mention that, throw that in there just in case it helps somebody out. So let's continue on and get this thing knocked over. All right. Also, I forgot to mention, wear a mask when you do this shit too. You don't want to be breathing primer dust in and all that, because it's not good for you. So this whole side's done. So that 2 doors are done, quarter panel's done. Now, there's a couple of little areas on that quarter panel there where I've started to go through the primer and actually touch a little bit of filler. So if you're doing it on your own car, as soon as you start to sand through your primer and hit repairs, stop. Don't keep going with the sander and you know, exposing all that, because there's no point. If there's no material left on there to sand, there's no point continuing to sand the filler. So I've stopped. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to just spot those areas in. I'll give you a look. I'll flip this around and give you a look. So as you can see, just a couple of areas. It probably looks a bit worse on the camera, but it's only just starting to go through. So I'll just put a bit of 1K primer on that just to cover it, and then we'll keep moving forward. So, you know, little parts like your wheel arches and things like that, I'd probably say do them by hand. Just areas that are really small and stuff like that, what tends to happen is you'll put the sander on it and you'll burn through either edge. I mean, like I've done here, basically. But what was actually there is I'd missed a little bit of paint that was a little bit flaky under there, so I've sanded that out. So that's all fixed up now. So basically this is, I'll try and zoom that out a little bit. That's not going to work. No. Anyway, basically this is how you want it to look. Scratch free, nice and smooth. And you know, things like this, you know, that's the whole purpose of the guide coat. It shows you all the areas that you haven't sanded, and you can also see right there, if I can focus that camera, there's a tiny little chip or a pinhole that I've missed. So that, you know, is something that without the guide coat you'd miss that, and you'd go ahead and paint it and it'd show up in your paintwork. So that's the whole point of the guide coat, to show you all the areas that still need extra attention. You know, it's not something where you've got to be embarrassed about sanding and you find a stone chip, or, you know, there's a couple of scratches still here. You know, that's the whole purpose of it. You know, it's nothing to be, you know, embarrassed about or anything like that. No one's perfect. We all, you know, miss little things. As long as we don't miss it in this step, that's the important thing. So this side's all done. Now I'm going to hit the boot. I'm basically going to go do the boot, and we're going to go around the other side and hit that, and then we'll get the roof done. So let's keep chugging along. All right, so that is that stage all done on the VL. So all the sides done, the boot's done. It's all rubbed up pretty nice. Done all this side, so that's all rubbed. I'm going to get rid of that urethane there. I don't know why I left it there. If I could go back in time and kick my own ass for leaving it there, I would. It's got me fucked. Anyway, it's all done, roof's done, so it's all been, even along the front there, so it's all been 500'd. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to unmask the windows, blow the car out, because no doubt there's a bit of dust that's got in there. So I'm going to clean all that out. Then I'll re-tape the windows for when I wet rub it, because I like to pressure wash the car before I jam it in the booth and start masking it. So I'll leave this video at this. I just wanted to put something together to keep us in the loop on the progress that we're making on the VL. So it's going well. I'm pretty happy with how it's rubbing up. You know, it's all blocked up nice and straight. Spot these couple of little bits in. There's one little stone chip pinhole there. There was one on the driver's door, which I'm going to fix that up as well. We'll spot them in, 800 it, and she'll be ready to go. So hopefully it won't be long, and the rest of the car is going to look like that. So looking forward to that day. So I'll just pull the video up there. Nothing too exciting, but this is all part of it, and it's sort of what I wanted to do on the channel is show every step of the way. You know, not just all the good stuff, but what it actually takes to sort of get the car into the booth, and, you know, seeing all the stages in between, what it takes to make a paint job. So although it's nothing really exciting to look at, keeps you guys in the loop, and I mean, it's probably entertaining for someone, but anyway, I'm just going to ramble here, so we'll leave it at that. Hopefully in the next week or two I'll get this painted, so there'll be another video. I know it's been another 4 or 5 weeks again since I've uploaded, so thanks to all the new subscribers as usual. It means a lot, and I appreciate you all jumping on board and following along. So until the next one, where the car will be painted, I'll see you then. Cheers, guys.